Have you ever loved someone deeply, yet constantly felt empty, confused, or even anxious? You try harder, you give more, you sacrifice. But no matter what you do, something still feels off. Welcome to today's video. 4 signs you're in love with the wrong person. Psychology facts about human behavior. Love isn't always right just because it's strong. Sometimes we're drawn to the wrong person for the right reasons. And the hardest part? You often don't realize it until your heart's already fully invested. Today, we'll explore the deep psychological signs that reveal when your relationship is emotionally unhealthy or unaligned, even if the love feels real. If you're unsure whether you're with the right person or feel emotionally drained more than fulfilled, this video is for you. Let's begin. When you feel emotionally drained, not uplifted. Love is supposed to lift you, not exhaust you. One of the clearest psychological signs that you're in love with the wrong person is chronic emotional exhaustion. You feel like you're constantly giving, constantly adapting, constantly chasing peace, yet it never lasts. Why this happens psychologically? According to psychological studies, especially research from Dr. John Gottman's relationship science, emotionally draining relationships often stem from an imbalance in emotional reciprocity. One person becomes the giver and the other becomes the taker. You might apologize more than you should, tiptoe around their mood, hide your true feelings to keep the peace, always be the fixer after every fight. This creates a pattern called anxious, preoccupied attachment, where you're emotionally attached to the idea of fixing things, rather than being in a mutual, healthy bond. Key psychology fact: emotionally exhausting relationships are often mistaken for passion because of the highs and lows, but they're actually rooted in emotional instability. Ask yourself, do you often feel anxious or unsure about where you stand with them? Are you constantly trying to earn their affection? Do you feel more emotionally tired than energized after being with them? If yes, your body and mind may already be signaling that this love is misaligned, even if your heart resists it. 2, you feel unseen, unheard, or unvalued. It's one thing to be in love. It's another to feel known by the person you love. When you're in love with the wrong person, you often feel emotionally invisible. You might talk but not be listened to, share but not be understood, give but not be appreciated. Psychological insight. Psychologists refer to this as emotional neglect in romantic attachment. It's not always loud or obvious, but it's deeply damaging. When your emotional needs are repeatedly ignored or dismissed, your self-worth begins to erode silently. Unlike physical neglect, emotional neglect is often subtle. They zone out when you talk about something important. They don't ask how you really feel. They don't show interest in what makes you you. Eventually, you stop opening up. You suppress your needs. You start to feel like you're too much or not enough. Key psychology fact: according to studies in interpersonal neurobiology, feeling emotionally unseen activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Your brain literally registers rejection and emotional dismissal as a form of threat. Ask yourself, do you feel like you can be your authentic self with them? Do they make space for your voice, opinions, and emotions? Or do you often feel small, dismissed, or emotionally invisible? If you're giving your heart to someone who doesn't see it, you may be loving the wrong person. 3, you compromise your core values and identity. Compromise is part of every relationship, but self-abandonment, that's a dangerous sign. If you find yourself changing your beliefs, boundaries, lifestyle, or even personality to fit into their world, it's time to ask if the love is right. Why this happens psychologically? This is called identity erosion. When you're in love with the wrong person, especially if they're dominant, emotionally unavailable, or manipulative, you may subconsciously suppress who you are to maintain the relationship. You stop doing the things you love. You stay silent to avoid conflict. You adapt to their preferences while ignoring your own. Over time, you lose touch with your true self, not because you want to, but because the relationship creates an environment where your authenticity doesn't feel welcome. Key psychology fact: According to Carl Rogers, one of the founding figures of humanistic psychology, healthy love should support your self-actualization, not sabotage it. When you're in the right relationship, you grow into yourself. When you're in the wrong one, you shrink away from yourself. Ask yourself, have you given up passions or friendships to make them happy? Do you silence parts of yourself just to avoid conflict? Do you even recognize who you are anymore? If the relationship costs you your identity, then the love may not be healthy, it may be toxic. 4. Your relationship is filled with inconsistency and confusion. One day they're warm, the next day they're distant. One moment they say they love you, the next they pull away. This push-pull dynamic is one of the most emotionally damaging patterns in relationships, and a major sign you're in love with the wrong person. What's happening psychologically? This kind of relationship often reflects intermittent reinforcement, a psychological term that explains why inconsistent rewards create stronger addiction-like attachment than consistent ones. In other words, you stay because you might get the love you crave, even if it only comes in short, unpredictable bursts. It's the same psychological mechanism used in gambling, and it's incredibly hard to walk away from. You might blame yourself for their cold behavior, believe that if you love them harder, they'll stop pushing you away. Stay in the cycle because of the rare moments they make you feel special. Key psychology fact: this pattern of inconsistency is linked to trauma. Bonding, where moments of kindness are used to justify cycles of emotional neglect or even abuse. You may not realize it, but you're being trained to accept emotional instability as love. Ask yourself, do you constantly feel confused about how they truly feel? Do they disappear emotionally, then suddenly come back when you start to pull away? Do you feel addicted to the relationship even though it's hurting you? If yes, you're likely in a relationship built on emotional chaos, not mutual love. Bonus insight: why we fall for the wrong people. If you're wondering, why do I always end up with the wrong person? Psychology offers some powerful answers. Here are a few common psychological reasons. 1. Unresolved childhood patterns. We often seek out relationships that mirror early attachment experiences. If love in childhood was conditional or inconsistent, we may unconsciously seek the same as adults. 2. Fear of being alone. Loneliness can blind us. Sometimes we accept less than we deserve because we fear the silence, more than we fear emotional pain. 3. The illusion of intensity. When someone makes your heart race, either with passion or unpredictability, it's easy to mistake that intensity for compatibility. But remember, love isn't supposed to be a roller coaster. It's supposed to be a safe space. What to do if you recognize these signs? If this video hits close to home, it means your intuition is already speaking. Here's what you can do next. Step 1. Acknowledge the truth. Don't justify their behavior just because you love them. Feelings are real, but so are facts. Step 2. Reconnect with yourself. Start doing the things you love again. Rebuild your identity. Journal, reflect, heal. Step 3. Seek safe support. Whether through a therapist, a trusted friend, or support group, surround yourself with voices that remind you of your worth. Step 4. Be brave enough to let go. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do for your future is walk away from what's breaking you now. Letting go of the wrong person. Create space for the right one and for your own healing journey. Final thoughts. Being in love with the wrong person doesn't make you foolish, it makes you human. Our hearts don't always choose based on logic. They choose based on wounds, hopes, and past patterns. But your power lies in awareness. The moment you recognize that you deserve more is the moment your healing begins. So, if you've seen yourself in this video, know this. You are worthy of a love that doesn't confuse you. You are worthy of a relationship that doesn't drain you. You are worthy of someone who sees, values, and cherishes all of you consistently. Don't settle for love that costs your peace. You are not hard to love. You've just been giving your love to someone who couldn't receive it properly. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, share your experience in the comments. You never know who needs to hear your story. Stay kind, stay aware, and most of all, stay true to yourself.